Hi there, and thank you for joining me for another workout today. Today we're going to be doing a bar class, and we're going to incorporate the small ball. If you don't have a small ball at home, a yoga block is a great alternative. And if you don't even have that, a small pillow will do, or you can just do these exercises without any props today. So keep your ball handy. We're going to use it here in a second, but we're going to get started with sumo squat. So let's go wide legs, a little wider than shoulder distance, toes either forward or slightly externally rotated. And we're going to get started with full range movement all the way down and up. Weights in the heels. Draw your core in nice and tight. We always want to have that core engagement throughout all of our movements, not only when we're working those abdominals. And find a pace that works for you. You can certainly move faster than me, slower than me. This is your workout. With that being said, remember, control is so important. We want to make sure all of our movements are mindful and we're squeezing the muscles. We want to be working. So if you'd like to pick up the pace, just make sure you don't lose control. 5 really controlled movements are much better than 20 sloppy ones. Squeeze those glutes every time you stand. Your full range should be getting a little bit lower. It's going to continuously change throughout the exercise since we're stretching everything out and warming everything up. 2 more. Fantastic. Now we're going to bend one knee at a time. You might want to go a little wider with the legs. We'll start with the right bend and stand. Really press into the heels here. Your hips will shoot back, and you can lean forward on these. Check that core. Make sure it's tight. We'll do one more in each direction. And now rotate toes out. Arms to a T. Side lunge with a twist. Reach down to your ankle and stand. So opposite ankles here. Very important to keep the core tight on this since we are twisting. Keep reaching long through both arms. One more each way. And into plies. Bend both legs and stand. This is one where we don't want to lean forward, so keep your chest lifted. Again, pressing through the heels. Squeeze those glutes as you stand. All right, we're going to hold our next one down. Let's bring our hands to the hips here. We're going to come halfway up and all the way down. Stay in the heels. Don't straighten the legs completely. Stay low through the hips. And hold it down. Now, when we get to these static holds, this is the time I always like to tell people, be mindful of your form here. Shoulders should be low, core should be tight. For this one, weight in the heels, and hips are slightly forward. All right, when you're ready, let's give it some pulses. Tiny, quick little pulses. Keep it up, keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring it on up. All right, so now we're going to go into some lunges, and we're going to bring the arms up to the ears. Let's start with right leg. Lift your right heel, and then we're going to take it back, tap the foot. So we're not even going to bend the right knee at all. Just tap and stand. Take it down, bring it up. Now when it comes to lunges, if you lose your balance a little bit, by all means hold on to something. We definitely want to have something to brace ourselves with for today's class anyway. It could be a chair, it could be a table or a dresser. So you always have something to hold on to. Another option is to find a focal point. Look at something particularly, it can be anything, keep your focus on it, And that will always help with balance as well. Incorporate those arms, squeeze them, lengthen through the fingertips. All right, we're gonna hold our next one back. Now I want you to drop your chest a little bit lower. Focus on the heel of the right foot. Lift it high and then press it down. So the weight is shifting forward and back. Your belly is pulling up away from that left thigh. Good. This is a good burner for that left side. Squeeze those arms in. Keep your eye on your focal point. 2 more. And then stay here. Bring your chest up, hands to the hips. We're going to bend the right knee down and up. Just let's do half range here. So keep both knees soft. Don't straighten either one. Chest is high. Two more. Hold that second one down low. Static hold. Check your form. Shoulders are down. Core is tight. We're pushing down through the left heel. And let's pulse it. Small, quick pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Bring your left heel up. Arms up to the ears. Step back. Tap the left toes. And stand tall. Find a pace that works best for you. Again, if you're a little wobbly, brace yourself or find a focal point. A lot of times too, if you can just engage the core a little bit more, that will help with your balance. Squeezing the arms. Remember not to take a lot of weight back with the left foot. We're really keeping, I would say 75% of the weight in our right leg. Let's go for 2 more. Hold that second one down. Lower the chest even more. Lift the heel and press it down. Belly is pulled in tight. Neck is long. Squeeze your arms in tight by the sides. Two more. Keep squeezing. And then slowly bring the chest up, hands to the hips. And when you're ready, we're going to bend. And don't fully straighten. Stay low here. Keep the knees soft. Stay in control. Your posture is upright. Your core is engaged. Two more. Holding that second one down. All right, check your form again. Shoulders, belly, and pulse. Small, quick movements here. Three, 2, and 1. All right, now we're going to use our ball or whatever prop you have on hand. So we're going to get started with some releves here. So make sure again that you have something to hold yourself with. And I'm going to use my picnic table today. But we're going to take the ball between the thighs and then give it a little squeeze. We want some tension on that ball. Toes are forward. And when you're ready, we're going to soften the knees here. All right, once you're in a good stance, releve lifts. Beginning one heel at a time, right and then left. So a releve lift is just the drawing up of the heel. Make sure that you're not bouncing up and down. You're just lifting and lowering the heels. Good. Really press down into the ball of the foot. We'll do one more on each side. And then we'll lift both heels. So lift and lower. Again, don't bounce up and down. Keep squeezing your ball. Check your core. Make sure it's drawn in tight. You can think navel to spine. 3 more lifts all the way up and down. Beautiful. Stand up. Now we're going to go into squat. So you might not want to hold anything for this one, but if you do, go ahead. We're going to take it down into a squat and stand. All the way down, all the way up. Weights in the heels. If it helps to hold all 10 toes up, that's always an option. Three more, full range. Get down there nice and low. Hold number 3 down, and then half range up and down. Stay in those heels. Keep tight in the core. Always have control of the movement. Two more. Hold the second one down. Check your form. Shoulders, core. Squeeze that ball, and then pulse up and down. Three, 2, 1. Bring it up. So for our staggered squats, we're going to have the right leg slightly in front of the left, and then we're going to bring the heels up into releve. Nice tall posture for this one. Let's bend and stand. Now you don't have to have the heels super high on here. Sometimes if we overlift through the heels, we will get a little uncomfortable in the ankles. So as long as your heels are off the ground, you're good here. Keep the core engaged. Keep the chest up. Two more. Hold that second one down. Now we're just going to come up an inch, down an inch. This is where you might start to feel a little shaky, known as the bar shake. Embrace it. Push through it if you can. 2 more little bends and hold. Now check your form. Shoulders are low. Core is tight. Maybe you can tuck your hips under a touch here. Give your ball a little squeeze, and now we're going to pulse up and down. 3, 2, and 1. Time to switch sides. Left foot's going to come in front. Bring the heels back up. And same thing, starting with a full range bend. Keeping a good squeeze on the ball. Very, very mindful of our posture here. Avoid leaning forward. Two more bends. Hold it down. Now half range, up and down. Embrace the shaking if you got it. Just 2 more. Hold. Tuck the hips, drop the shoulders. Squeeze the ball. All right, let's pulse it. Quick, quick, quick. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Whew, good job. So that's going to be it for our squats and lunges. Now we're going to go into some back of the leg exercises. So our focus here is going to be the glutes and the hamstrings, and we're going to get started with our donkey kick. So grab your ball, or whatever you're working with today, and we're going to take it behind the right knee, and then we're going to drop down nice and low. So we want the left foot right under the left hip. Chest is down. Begin with your knees side by side, and then we're going to lift up and down. Keep a tight grip on the ball here. The most important thing here is not to take this into the lower back. So your core is engaged. There should be no arching in the lower back. Imagine that you set like a yoga block on your lower back and you don't want to lose it. Hold your next one up. Now down an inch, up an inch. Chest is down. Core is tight. Keep squeezing your ball. Hold your next one up. Static hold. Check your form. Shoulders are down, chest is down, belly is tight. Grip your ball a little bit tighter. For your pulse, we're going to do hamstring kicks, so tiny little squeezes on the ball. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. All right, switching sides. Take the ball behind the left knee. Lower back down. Begin with those knees side by side and full range to kick it off. This is a good one to do with your eyes closed and really pay attention to the lower back. If you start to feel anything in the lower back, you got to pull that core in tighter. Sometimes you have to decrease the range of motion as well. Maybe not lift so high through the knee. Stay in control of each movement. You want to lower with as much control as you lift with. Two more. Holding the second one up. Now down an inch, up an inch. Keep the chest down. You can think of arms right beside your ears here. Two more, and hold. Tight grip on the ball. Draw that belly in. Pulse it by hamstring squeezes. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Good job, guys. All right, now we're going to move into a little bit of hip work. So once again, the ball's going to come behind the knee. We'll go back to the right side, and you can turn however you're comfortable here. So we're going to stand good and tall on this one. Our standing leg will be straight, and our knees need to be side by side. So make sure you're not here with the knee. Push it back, and then we're going to lift to the side. Good. Keep your standing leg tight. So I like to squeeze that quadricep and always be mindful of the posture. Hips are often an overlooked part of the legs. They just don't get a lot of action throughout the day. We're always walking forward, moving forward, so we work the front and the back of the legs a lot, but we never move side to side. So it's always important to create that balance by being mindful to incorporate some hip work into your lower body exercises. Let's hold that next one up and down an inch, up an inch. Small movement. Keep squeezing the ball. Hold your next one up. Maybe you can tighten your grip on the ball. Drop the shoulders, engage the core, and pulse it up. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to switch it up. We're going to move into our left side. I'm going to turn, and you can put 2 hands on whatever you're holding to if you prefer. All right, knees are side by side. When you're ready, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Watch out for leaning here. A lot of times we start to lean to the right if we're working the left side. So good tall posture. Don't let the left knee come in front of the right knee. Keep the shoulders down and the core pulled in. We're going to do one more. We're going to hold it up, and we'll move into those inch movements. Down an inch, up an inch. No leaning. Stay tall. Keep a good grip on the ball, squeezing the heel in tight. Two more. Hold it up. Shoulders drop, core tightens, and pulse it when you're ready. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job. All right, we're going to give our ball a rest, so set it down for a minute. And now we're going to move into a little bit of upper body work. Since we're not using weights or anything, this is going to be a lot of plank work. If you have any issues with your shoulders, you know how to modify. Do whatever feels good for you today. So, to kick this off, we are going to begin in a high plank. All right, we're going to take it back to down dog, and we're going to lift the right leg up. So lift and then return to plank. Switch legs. Left leg will come up, return to plank. Lift and lower. Keep the arms strong. Keep the legs strong as well. One more on each leg. Now we're going to come down to elbow plank and then press right back up to high plank. To modify this, feel free to hold either plank, either high plank or low plank. You can also widen your legs a little bit to give yourself a bigger base. All right, we're going to stay down onto our elbows. Bring your feet back together if you went wide. Crouching tiger, hips come up, look back towards your knees, and then return to plank. Lift and lower. Keep it up. Two more. And then gently bring your knees down. Come up to the hands. We're going to do some push-ups next, but we're going to press back to down dog. So let's do these with the knees down. If you want a greater challenge, you can do your push-up in high plank if you prefer. All right, so tricep push-up. Squeeze the arms in. Keep the toes curled, because when we press up, we're also going to lift the knees and take it back to down dog. So come forward, gently take the knees down, push up, and back to down dog. Take it down, lift the hips up. Keep breathing. Last two. Fantastic job. All right, guys, we're going to grab our ball now, and we're going to stay down low on our mats, and we're going to do some more of our lower body work. So let's get started here. Let's start with hips. So take your ball and bring it under one hip. Whichever side you want to start with is fine. And then we'll lean over onto our elbow. Take both feet to the front corner of your mat and flex those feet. When you're ready, we're going to lift up and down, pushing out through our heel here. Good. We want to be sure that our legs are straight. Also, I want you to watch for those toes wanting to turn up. That happens a lot because the quadricep wants to help out. So we want to stay in the hip, so make sure your toes always stay forward here. Hold your next one up, and then we're going to go half range, down and up. Squeeze the quad, push out through the heel. Two more. And hold. Check your core. And then time to pulse it. Up, tiny, teeny, tiny pulses. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg you just worked. Pull it behind your front leg. Take your ball in your top hand. Inner thigh raises now. So we're going to lift that bottom leg. Tap the ball to the foot and then open up. Tap and open. Keep the leg long, so we're pushing through the heel once again. 2 more. Holding the second one. Now, lower your leg just halfway and then lift to tap the ball. You can do it. Keep the leg long. Keep the toes pointed forward. All right, we're gonna hold it. See if you can keep the ball in the foot connected. All right, when you're ready, raise your ball slightly and then little pulses, up, up, up. You got it, keep it up. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Switch sides. All right, feet to the corner, press down into the elbow. When you're ready, full range lift up and down. Toes stay forward. Two more lifts. Holding the second one up, half range, down and up. Keep pushing out through the heel. Hold the next one. Good. Check your form, check your core, and pulse it up. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg, remove the ball, arms up. Time for those inner thighs. Lift and tap. Open, tap. Keep the flexed foot. Try to avoid bending the knee. When you bend the knee working inner thigh, you end up taking everything up into the hip flexor and you come totally out of the inner thigh. So really important to keep your leg as straight as you can. Let's go 2 more. Holding the second one up. Now we're just going to lower the foot halfway down and lift to tap the ball. Just like the hips, the inner thigh doesn't see a lot of action throughout our everyday activities. So another good area to focus on whenever you're working legs. Let's hold that next one up. Raise the ball slightly and then pulse up through that heel. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic job, guys. All right, we're going to go into some core work next. So let's begin with the ball between our knees. Feet will be out in front of the knees. And we're just going to do a few little sit-ups here. So roll down the back and then roll it right back up. To modify these, grab behind the legs for assistance. To make these more challenging, the arms can stay up, hands over the head. So play around with it and do what works best for you today. Let's hold our next one up. Now into some obliques. Lean halfway back. Flip your palms down. We're going to reach down with the right arm, lift up with the right leg. Come back. We're just sticking with the right. Make sure you're not pushing the core out. Pull in. That's my number one rule in my classes, especially when we're working those core muscles. The abdominals love to push out. Train them to pull in. And it's all awareness and being mindful of it. One more to the right. And now we'll go left. The more you lean back, the more challenging this is. Three more, going left. 2, 1. Beautiful. Now grab the ball. We're going to do an exercise called halo. So what you're going to do is lean halfway back. Take the ball around your head like you're drawing a halo over your head. And then go the opposite way. So keep alternating the direction of your circle. The more you take that ball behind the head, the harder it gets. One more in each direction. Whew, good job. Now the ball's coming to the lower back for some crunches. So lean back and sit it up. 2 things I want you to think about here. Shoulders need to be down. We don't want them up into the ears. And the second thing is when we lean back, that's when your belly's going to try to push out on you. So as much as you can when you lean back, squeeze it in, flat, flat, flat. Again, the more you take it back, the harder it gets too, so you can always modify by decreasing your range of motion. Two more. Flip those palms down, bow and arrow. Take your right elbow back to the mat and sit up. Now we'll go left. Alternating directions. Two more. And now we're going to remove the ball. Come all the way down onto your back. And we're going to place the ball under our tailbone. It's really important that the ball's not under the lower back, okay? It's under the tailbone, so keep it very low here. Bring one leg up at a time. Now we're going for toe taps. Right toe comes down and up. Left, up, right, up. Keep it up. Now if you want a greater challenge, the arms can come up, creating a little more instability. It forces you to work those core muscles a little bit more. Keep the belly flat. Don't ever just go through the motions of the exercise. Squeeze the muscles that you want to be activating. Right now it's definitely core, so pull it in and keep it tight. One more on each side. Beautiful. Right knee in, left leg out, and switch, and switch. And we're pulling in, engaging all the muscles through the core, not letting our belly rise. Squeeze. Again, arms can come up for a greater challenge. One more on each leg. And then hug the knees in for a little stretch. All right, our last exercise is going to be leg circles. Take the legs up. Open the legs to a V. Drop them down as low as you can, maintaining a flat belly, and sweep them all the way up. Circle around, squeeze them up. Try to keep the legs long and straight. The lower they go, the harder it gets. Final two circles. And hug the knees in once again. And we're going to finish with just a quick little stretch here. So let's take the left foot down to the mat, extend the right leg up, stretching the back of the right leg. Take your right ankle now, place it on your left thigh, and draw the legs in towards the chest. Now we'll bring our right foot to the mat. Left leg up. Take the left ankle to the right thigh. Pull it in. And now we're going to bring both feet down to the mat. Lift the hips to remove your ball. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me for another workout. I look forward to seeing you all soon.